Alright, welcome back to Fuggermuthburgs. No, let's go to Strangled Cove. It was interesting that Irzikara Gorge was, like, super difficult. I should probably save preemptively. I'm gonna try not to use the debug thing too often, but... No. I'm not gonna do the debug thing that often, but I'll do it occasionally, if I need to. It's great AP farming without actually having to put the work in, which is nice for me. Hi.
Oh, whoa! This is a ship that has sunken into the poisonous water, unless it is the source of the poisonous water.
Katja, you disappoint me, betraying our cause when we're so close to our objective.
After what I witnessed at the temple, it's not our cause, nay more. But I'm a reasonable lass. I know how to hold me tongue. I'll be on my way now, and leave nothing behind but fond memories.
No, you won't be going anywhere. Trusting a bounty hunter was a mistake on my part. Your kind knows but one kind of loyalty. To coin. Dispose of her. When you're finished, rejoin us at the Gogambob City Temple.
Should have seen that coming. Ew, is that some blood there or something else?
I've already seen enough swamp to last a lifetime.
Hey, isn't that Katja?
It sure is.
Isn't it Katya?
I don't know. Katja?
Because I've heard of Katya before as a name, but Katja is a way of pronouncing it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It sure is. Sigil must have decided to take the Fenfjord shortcut too. Although it looks as though Katja has fallen out of grace with her friends. As tricky as she is, I still don't fancy your odds on this one. Keep going or stop for a quick brawl. What do you think, Kyrie?
It goes against my better judgment, but let's give her a hand. The Strangled Cove.
Okay. Awkward. She must survive. Well, they're slightly lower level.
Well, seeing as how she's been able to elude us much of this game, I definitely have faith in her ability to avoid them.
Okay. Yates. Oh, I should mess with Yates for a second. Is that everybody? Okay, so Yates.
I always forget about Skullface.
Eh,
Virgil.
he's okay. Probably hold on to that over a legendary healer. We don't want double cast. Banafont. And unfortunately, he does not have a whole lot of movement related anythings, which sucks a bit because he actually needs them. Let's see, equipment.
For some reason, I'm thinking of more playground nursery rhymes, or I don't know what you would call them, just playground rhymes perhaps, because they're not nursery rhymes anymore. It's things that kids came up with in school.
Yeah.
You know how we were talking about the last one? And I was thinking of the game. Do you remember a game where you hold out two of your hands as fists, and one person goes around bopping the tops of all of them in a sequence clockwise, going Tarzan, Monkey Man, sitting on a rubber band he slips. Or swinging, not sitting. Swinging on a rubber band he slips. He falls. He breaks his skull. Ow, what color blood comes out? And the out part is when a person gets bopped and they have to say a color. So let's go say you say blue. B-L-U-E spells blue and you are out. And on the second out, whoever's hand got bopped, they have to take it away.
It was a different rhyme for me, but yes, I do remember.
And I think the point of it was you kept going around in circles naming colors until only one person's hand remained. And they were the winner. So I was just thinking about it. If someone was clever enough, couldn't they memorize how many letters particular colors had? So that if they knew there were so many people playing with them and so many hands in the circle, they'd actually be able to count ahead and judge.
Well, yeah, if you were an insane child that, like... Like, yes, absolutely. The more ridiculous you are, the more likely you are to... actually win at those games. It's just the question of...
And I think there was a rule where you couldn't name the same color twice. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Because imagine if someone could just use red perpetually. Red, I believe it... Do you believe it's the shortest color in terms of letters that you can think of off the top of your head?
Probably. Red, yellow, yeah.
Because pink and blue are one letter more.
Mana stone. I gotta upgrade my mana stone for
Obviously,
this.
there are extremely fancy colors. Like one could say aubergine. You know what I mean?
Aubergine is eggplant.
Yes, it is.
I mean, at that point,
An eggplant purple.
I guess oranges are orange. Huh. That's tacky.
What? And then, I mean, you have berries that are named after their color. Blueberries, blackberries.
Yeah. Like I said, tacky.
And you have things like cream. They're probably named after cream. You think? The color?
Yeah.
The color is named after an off-white. Because milk isn't, or cream isn't pure white. It's a little bit of an off-white.
What are people weak to? He's weak to fire. Everybody else seems to have nothing.
Now, alabaster is white, correct?
Yeah, alabaster is either like a white or like a yellow white.
And then you could say things like onyx or obsidian to describe black. Ebony, like ebony wood.
Oh no. It's actually really bad. Well.
Hey, that's the thing too. Lime for lime green.
Oh yeah. Though, which came first, lime or the description lime?
Probably
because like the color
limes.
orange probably came well before. Let's see.
Who knows? Maybe the colors were named after the fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though, red and blue don't seem to be named after anything.
No. But blueberry? Well, blueberry is obvious.
Blueberry is named after blue.
Yeah.
Purple? I don't know what the origins of purple would be.
You know, this is the kind of thing you really could actually just, like...
Or purposeful.
Trawl through Wikipedia for and actually probably get a
Purple.
decent amount of information.
Oh, I know.
Like, finding out that my name...
Yeah.
guy just killed himself.
Earlier, someone was going, hey, you know, is the way that your name, is it the Swedish or the German way of spelling Carl? And they were under the impression it was the German way. But I was like, wait a minute. No, all the German instances I've ever seen of Carl have a K. So the C has to be another.
Oh.
And you found out that sure enough, yeah, your Carl is the Swedish Carl. There are actually a number of Swedish monarchs that are named Carl. What do you think of that? I mean, it makes sense.
I knew of, like, a couple of them.
That begs the question. Oh, wait, no. You said that Carl was also the name of a distant relative of yours, correct?
Correct.
Also on your mom's side?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So then I wonder what your brother's name came from.
I don't think my parents really thought that through.
Maybe they just like the sound of it, I should
Probably,
say.
yeah.
Yeah, as far as I know, there weren't any family members with my name. I think Michelle was popular in the 90s for a while. And I think my mom said that she remembered babysitting a little girl that was named Michelle back in the 80s or the 70s. So I don't know. I don't know if that's where she got the name from. They originally wanted to call me Jessica. Not to hate on Jessica's, but I think it consistently polls at the top for most annoying names, or people who have those names are the most abrasive. I don't know if it's maybe even in the way you say it. Jessica.
I mean, it's probably something to do with, like, movies recently.
It could be a thing where, yeah, that's the thing. I very, very rarely ever see characters named Michelle in media. Whereas, yeah, if you want a female school prom queen or girl who's part of some kind of gossip club, they're going to be the Jessicas or the Ashleys or the what other names? I mean, it's sort of like how with guys. Hasn't Chad gotten a bad rap?
Yeah, Chad recently has gotten a rather bad rap.
Why is that?
Unsure.
Because people have described what? They actually say that you are a Chad, as in Chads are... Actually, Kevin. Hasn't Kevin also gotten a bad rap too?
Kevin has been getting a bad rap recently, yes.
You like to make fun of Steve as a name for some reason.
Yep.
That does bring up a good point, though. When do characters sully a name? Because you've said multiple times that Carl has been forever changed because of the llamas with hats, because of The Walking Dead. You know, Carl!
Yeah. Well, I think in a lot of cases it is more the maybe the repetition, I don't know. You know that...
Also, people can't think of Jacob anymore without being like, you mean the werewolf or Edwards? Then again, I don't really know of anyone named Ed or
I do.
Edward.
I know.
You've known a couple of Edwards?
I've known a couple of Edwards and Eddies. Eddie was the guy that got me into World of Warcraft.
Oh, interesting. But sort of like how we were talking about the other day about Bartholomew. But it also Agatha. You don't really hear people named Agatha anymore. Or Bertrude. Bertrude is the name that you give to a cow. Or Bessie. You know what I mean? Belinda. That's a name I haven't heard of in a long time. Tabitha.
Yep.
Yeah, so old names, there are a lot of old names. There's a lot of names with significance in narratives.
Because I bet in like 5-10 years we're going to have quite a number of... I don't even have a good example.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are more people that aren't called like Arya or Daenerys because
or
of...
Cersei. Yeah.
It was actually interesting. I was... A long time ago, I was working at Joann Fabrics, and I was cutting out some fabric for some customers, and it was a woman and this young girl who was her granddaughter, and the granddaughter's name was Saphira. And I go, oh, hey, were your parents fond of Saphira the Dragon from the Aragon series? And she looked a little confused, and her mom is like, oh, yeah, they really did enjoy that those books and such. And the girl was so confused because I suppose she hadn't even read them herself. Then again, she was really young.
Yeah. I'm gonna say they're a little bit...
They came out when we were in elementary school. Right? I remember them at the book fair.
I want to say middle school, high school. I remember reading them when I was older and thinking them kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's the thing. I read them when I was older, but I remember them... I think I remember them
look it up pretty quick.
At the 5th grade Scholastic sale at the elementary school.
Aragon, 2002. So late elementary school, early middle school for us.
Precisely. I think I remember at the 5th grade book sale.
Because, yeah, I would have been 12. That would have put me in 6th grade. Oh, yeah, that's why I hadn't heard of it. I was in between 3 different school districts. I didn't have a whole lot of time for anything. I think I was reading a lot of Dragonlance at the time, too, so I didn't care about anybody else.
I know every time I say I want to read Dragonlance, and you're like, don't.
It's not... They're not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Forgotten Realms books are pretty good. They can get dark, but like,
aren't
they're
most
good.
of the Forgotten Realms books all about Dris Do'Urden?
Mm-mm.
Or are there any others that aren't
There are
affiliated
tons.
with him?
There are so many.
Okay.
The thing is just like, R.A. Salvatore found a niche and he milked that dark elf for all he's worth.
That doesn't sound right.
Dark milk. Elf milk.
Can't say I'd ever expected to be rescued by an Arbiter. But I'm obliged just the same. In return, I expect answers. Ha! I should have known.
I hope this doesn't pose a problem for you.
Nay, I don't owe Sigil nothing. Since they try to off me, I'll tell ye all I know. I still can't do an Irish accent, but, First, I can tell ye, I don't know as much as I'd like. I had no idea they were consorting with demons, for instance.
You're not doing bad, though. It's a little bit more Cockney,
I think I'd have
honestly.
to be, for instance.
Yeah, it's still. You're doing fine.
I've never been able to figure out the Irish... Actually, isn't there that... What was the whale phrase?
What?
There was a specific phrase that you say, and there's whale in it. And if you repeat it enough times, you get the mouth shape that you need to speak in an Irish accent.
I have no idea.
It's something whales. You know,
This is something I should probably
whales,
research
white,
if I want
what-
to learn more voice acting.
Huh?
Something I should research if I want to learn more voice acting. Anyway.
No, that's true. What are they up to with the relics? Only the two head cheese types, Rife and Grimeye, know the details, but they claim to have found a way to be rid of the council for good. As I understand it, they got what they wanted from 3 temples already. Only Gogumbob City Temple remains.
How did the leader of Sigil get to become a marked anyway?
Couldn't rightly say. He said only a marked could activate them relics. That's why he need the power.
We must have a sponsor on the council, but I can't figure out which immortal would want to see the council abolished.
Do you know anything about Rafe himself? Who is he? Rafe's been head of the Sigil for the last decade. Very secretive, that one. He's got some training, I can tell. I only saw them fight him fight the one time. But he knew what he was about. Kind of like you, I guess. She just puts her goggles on to be all edgy. I like how they change the portrait when she does adjust the goggles. As much as I enjoy our little chats, I think it's time I be on my way. Or me way. While your information was helpful, your crimes are too numerous for me to simply let you go. Oh. Oof.
You got boner blocked.
I see my little tricks have outlived its usefulness. There are two ways this can go. First option, I escort you to the nearest chapter house and let the dice fall where they may. With crimes including conspiring against the council, assaulting an arbiter, and murder of a marked, execution is the likely outcome. Ha! I've heard of more enticing proposals from a drunken Bizil during mating season. Second option. As a captain, I have the authority to enlist you to my command for a duration suitable to the severity of your crimes. Suitable, in your case, will mean a very long time. It's your choice. Let's say certain death or life of servitude. In that case, when do we leave, Captain? Yep, she joined the party. Ah, isn't this cozy? Do you ever go around to campfire songs?
Do around a campfire.
Do
songs.
around. Okay. Sometimes we do.
Not tonight, though.
Oh, just as I imagined it. You keep your goggles down, even at night? Yeah, is she entirely human? What's up with the goggles? It reminds me of when I had my
She's
drow.
a massive weeb. Also, her boob plate is opposite in the game portrait versus the
Model.
Yeah.
It could be the way that she's positioned. You know how sometimes they just flip the model depending on what side?
It's probably true. I don't think I've ever seen her flipped. I think they just flipped it at some point. It just amuses me.
Uh-huh. It does remind me how in that one campaign that we started but we never got really far in, when I had a drow character and she had goggles because of the light sensitivity. What? What are you smiling
Just
about?
a dumb item. You find a 1 peck plate. It's designed to cover 1 pectoral on a guy.
If you think about it, if you only had enough money for just that little bit of metal, you'd want it to just your heart.
I know. I just love the idea of just handing you guys just really weird shit in D&D and just seeing what happens with it.
Why? Is this somewhat... Wait,
Somewhat to see.
Somewhat to see? Actually, I just forget I'm wearing them most of the time. This must be very different for you, from what you used to do, I mean. Aye, you're right about that. In my old profession, I almost always worked alone. At least, before I joined Sigil.
Huh.
Now, I suppose, I must get used to traveling in a group. I think it suits me, though. Sayura, Captain. I'm a big fan of clemency for the criminal type.
Obviously.
But don't you ever worry about the beneficiary of said mercy. Might show up later and stab you in the back. The only thing I worry about is dispensing justice according to the council's will. For an arbiter, mercy is a matter of individual judgment.
And as for getting stabbed in the back, it hasn't happened yet. What are the advantages of not working alone is having friends nearby to watch out for you?
I cannot argue with that. I think I might even sleep just that little bit sounder too.
That is an actual yawn.
Yeah, I'm all minor fake. Really? The whole yawn business?
It is in fact contagious.
Oh, that's contagious. I can't keep my eyes open. I'm gonna go turn in. Me too. They slowly exeunt. You and the captain are close.
She's my sister.
Ah, that would explain it then. Nice to have that. A sister. Quite a wee fire for such a chilly night, and my flask that dry besides.
Yep.
Oh, she's saying it's empty?
Yep.
Interesting. And my flask that dry besides. Do you know any other ways to stay warm there, Captain Reiner? Uh-oh, she's not suggesting something, is she?
Our bedrolls are lined with Dowdrunner's wool. I recommend you find yourself something like it if you're going to be traveling with us.
Huh. Maybe I will at that.
She was coming on to him.
That's why she was asking about if he was
Yep.
close to the captain, because he was assuming that.
Yeah.
Well, she was assuming that they were a couple.
Asking if he was single.
Yeah, pretty much. Then again, maybe I won't.
She just crawls into the tree. Huh. Grendel and Galley. Huh.
Galai.
Galley.
Fenfjord.
Fenfjord. Buy something or be gone. Damn. Ooh.
Buy something or be gone.
Crit damage by 25%. So we're finally starting to get to the point... Wait, what? Oh. We're starting to get to the point where some of these are actually having special effects.
Oh. Right, because there's the elemental types and then there's the elemental resistances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so some of these daggers apply status effects. Marauder Axe. Doesn't look like that has
now,
anything
what was
fancy
the
about it.
bone charm needed for?
Lets you make a lich. Which is quite helpful. Man, that kombucha is smelly.
Sorry.
Okay.
Virgil can be a lich.
Yeah, probably. But we're gonna make Blade Wolf a lich.
Poor Blade Wolf.
He is everything. He is a lich, vampire, werewolf. Man.
Wait, you can put multiple charms on him?
Yeah. They're just special unlockable classes, so he can just pick up every single one of them.
What?
He's also going to be a prince, but probably not a princess. Well, maybe
Wait,
he can be a
how
princess.
can he be a prince?
I don't know, but there's two like royalty related classes you can pick up too.
Really?
And Blade Wolf will be all of them.
So see, this can be woven into
he
his
is
story.
Maximum Sue.
He was, once noble.
I feel
and
like
he
we
and
need
his
to
best
take off
friend
the Blade
fled
Wolf
into
mask
the
at the end, and
woods.
he's just like really boring. Nobody cared until I put on the mask.